I don't think I can credit our Congress and Senate and President with what we might term the wisest laws. But I know that they will not secure the liberty and happiness of us as a people. A general dissolution of the principles and manners will more surely overthrow the liberties of America than the whole force of the common enemy. A general dissolution of the principles and manners will more surely overthrow the liberties of America than the whole force of the common enemy. And we have, what we're witnessing today is a dissolution of the principles and manners. And without that, our liberties will be gone. While the people are virtuous, they cannot be subdued. But when once they lose their virtue, they will be ready to surrender their liberties to the first external or internal invader. And right now, I think in Washington we have an internal invader. And not only Obama, there are some others. But the key is when they once lose their virtue, they will then be ready to surrender their liberty in order to get a government handout. I would rather, if you lose your virtue, then there isn't any shame associated with living off the government. For our next witness, we call Fisher Ames. He's not as well known as the others, but he's the author of the House language, the House of Representatives language of the First Amendment. And here's what he had to say. Government is a firm compact, sanctified from violation by all the ties of personal honor, morality, and religion. So the thing that keeps our compact or our Constitution from being violated are personal honor, morality, and religion. And when that is absent, then there is nothing to keep a president from acting outside the bounds of the Constitution. When they have personal honor, morality, and religion, they will stay within the confines of the Constitution. But we're seeing that today, without that, the Constitution is essentially being shredded. For our next witness, we call Abraham Baldwin. He is one of the signers of the Constitution. A free government can only be happy when the public principles and opinions are properly directed by religion and education. It should therefore be among the first objects of those who wish well to the national prosperity to encourage and support the principles of religion and morality. If I'm not mistaken, I remember my facts correctly, the first printing of the Bible in the United States was authorized and paid for by Congress. And the reason they did that is because they recognized the importance of the Bible being in the homes and being taught to the children. For my next witness, I call Charles Carroll, another signer of the Declaration of Independence. Without morals, a republic cannot subsist any length of time. They, therefore, who are decrying the Christian religion, whose morality is so sublime and pure, are undermining the solid foundation of morals, which are the best security for the duration of free governments. We will not have a free government for very long if that foundation of morals is completely undermined. And that's the direction in which we are currently heading. For my next witness, I call Oliver Ellsworth, a delegate to the Constitutional Convention and a Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. How many of you remember Oliver Ellsworth? Okay. I remember him because I put him in here, but I don't know if I remember him otherwise, but other than reading the book. The primary objects of government are peace, order, and prosperity of society. I don't think healthcare is in there, but peace, order, and the prosperity of society. To the promotion of these objects, particularly in a Republican government, good morals are essential. Institutions for the promotion of good morals are essential. Institutions for the promotion of good morals are therefore objects of legislative provision and support. And among these, religious institutions are eminently useful and important. When there were new townships established in our country in its early days, they'd give them a tract of land, but they always set aside in that tract of land a place for a church and a place for a school, because they recognized that those institutions are for the promotion of good morals, which are required for a free people. Next witness is James McHenry, a signer of the Constitution and a Secretary of War. The Holy Scriptures can alone secure to society order and peace, and to our courts of justice and constitutions of government. They can secure purity, stability, and usefulness. In vain, without the Bible, we increase penal laws and draw entrenchments around our institutions. Bibles are strong entrenchments. Where they abound, men cannot pursue wicked courses. And he was the Secretary of War, but yet he had a firm belief and recognition of the importance of the Bible, and that this point right here is important. Without the Bible, we increase penal laws and draw entrenchments or defenses around our institutions. We're increasing laws all the time and regulations. They just keep churning them out. Excuse me. But it's in vain, because all those laws, I mean, you can break laws that you don't even know of. And when asked, I don't know, somebody in government was asked, how many laws are there that for which there are civil penalties? I don't know. I mean, how can even the IRS with the tax code, when you call the IRS to ask them a question, they don't guarantee you that the answer they give you is correct. And they're supposed to be the experts on it. They'll give you an opinion, but it's not guaranteed. If you follow it and it's wrong, it's still your fault. It's not theirs. For my next witness, I call Gouverneur Morris, a signer of the Constitution. For avoiding the extremes of despotism or anarchy. So those are the extremes. With despots, we're totally